Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Alps Panorama at the Northern Sea here in Farming Simulator 19. Okay, I don't know what that one is, I don't know where it came from. So here's the problem, I get so many mods added for the multiplayer that I don't know what all of them do. I don't know where they come from. It's a bit more of an issue to keep track of them. Right, so we're going to use the Stevie one for this. We're going to go there. We'll keep the standard colours for the Bredel spreader. We will go with the wide tyres. He's added in narrow twin wheels there as another option for his spreader, but we're not going to use that. We're just going to stick with the wide tyres on this one. And we're going to go with the 6-metre spreading one on it. So we've got all of that. The only difference between this one and the standard one is that this one will do 16 miles an hour instead of the usual 12. And considering the amount of land we've got, I think that's a good trade-off. I think that's fair. I think we can do that. And that's not going to seem ridiculously unrealistic or anything like that. The only thing I'm curious about is, should we sell this fertilizer spreader? I mean, if we don't sell this fertilizer spreader, we've then got two. We've got a lot of land, and we're going to have to do a lot of fertilizer spreading in time. So it's probably not a bad thing to have an extra fertilizer spreader that is able to go and help us out with all of the fertilizer that's going to need to be spread on the land. So I'm going to bring that one back there, like that. Try and turn you round. There we go. I'm going to leave that one hitched in. It's going to back in there in the shed. It should be able to back in right out of the way. There we go. Smack the back of the shed, if we can help it. And I just want to go. I'm going to leave that one there for a minute. I just want to go and check on this one and see how this one's doing. Ah, right. We've reached the patch of trees there. So we're nearly done on this field now. We've got a little bit more to do. Then we're going to have to go and do the outside round. Or another outside round. We're going to have to do two outs. Should just be one should be enough to get round most of the field, I would have thought. And are you going to go right on past the patch of trees? Or are you going to stop? I'm going to watch this. I just want to see. And then we need to head off. We've got... We need to get lime going on this field, so we'll bring the T9 will do the lime spreading for now. So we can get lime going on this field. We also want to go and do the ploughing over on field 4 over there. You're not going to go all the way through, are you? You're going to pull up to the edge and then you're going to stop. And you're going to turn round. You're going to leave a huge, great big gap here, aren't you? Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, right, well... That's fine. If he wants to leave a big old gap, we'll let him leave a big old gap. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So, not you for a minute. I get the T9. And we'll take our brand new beastie. You know what I'm going to do? There's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this one back here. We're working on these fields at the moment. We kind of don't want to have too much compaction's an issue. Right? Compaction is definitely an issue. So, I want to go back to you. And I want to go... So, I've got the T9 right there. That's the one that I've already got. Oh, wait. Oh, there's only two. Well, I've already got the 550 one. That's the one that I've got. So, wheel setup. Triple. Wow. Okay, triple wheels with that one look far more impressive than the triple wheels on the Challenger, don't they? Standard wheel weights. Twin wheels, which look quite cool. And then triple with... I'm going with the triple wheels on this one. That's an extra 20 grand. So not very cheap. There we go. Jump into there. Why am I using the triple wheels when I only use the double wheels on the other one, you may ask? That is because this one is driving up and down cultivated land. We've just gone over it all with the cultivator, and then we're going back over it with this one, and we're spreading a load of lime before we go and do the planting. I want the triple wheels because I don't want this tractor to be sinking into that land at all, if I can help it. Right, I really, really don't want it sinking into the ground at all. So in order to avoid it sinking into the ground, I'm using the triple wheels to keep it on top of the surface as much as possible. And then when we go back over again with the seed drill, it shouldn't have any impact on it. At least that's what I'm hoping. That's the theory behind it. That's why I've gone with the triples on here and I'm only using doubles on the Challenger. Takes a while to fill up. It's good that we got a filling station over here. It means that we don't have to spend any money on another... Oh, have we got a filling station back at the yard? Actually, I think we do. I think the... You know the bit where we've got the fertilizer and the seed and that? I think that does also have lime in it. We'll find out. We will find out. So I'm going to take this one back up here. And yes, this map doesn't have any traffic on it. But if it did have traffic on it, what you would do is, if you're driving up the road with something like this... Certainly in Europe, you would have a spotter go with you, and they would go on ahead and they would stop the traffic. If you weren't, like, if you had to go through a bridge like that, you would have someone go ahead and they would stop the traffic for you. And you would, I mean, generally you wouldn't drive up the road with triple wheels on like this. You'd have to make special arrangements. Certainly in the UK, if you want to drive a very wide machine up the road, you've got to go round and you've got to make arrangements. You've got to plan ahead. You've got to have people driving along with you with wide loads sort of going on in front. And you have people going further along. If you're going along slightly smaller roads, you stop the traffic. You stop at the junctions. You stop the traffic so that you can get through. It's just a thing that you go and do. You get used to like helping these machines move along the roads. I don't know what the exact laws and regulations are about it all, but yeah, it's interesting doing it. It's definitely interesting doing it because of the way that some people tend to get a little bit irate when you tell them you're coming through with a big machine because they don't want to wait. They think they can get through. You really can't. Alright, just trust me on this. There is no way you're going to be able to get through, so I wouldn't bother pushing because you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to stay right where you are. In fact, you're going to slow everything down because then we're going to have to wait for you to learn how to reverse. And usually the obnoxious ones that push through are also the ones that don't know how to reverse a car, let alone anything else. So I'm going to park that one there, and we're going to wait until cultivation has all finished. He is lining up ready for the final run. Well, the final run on this bit. He's got a little bit more to do down there. He's still going strong. He's doing well. So we've done a bit of fertilizer. We've got the lime is ready to go. The cultivator is just about finished up here. He'll have some more work to do in a bit. I want to go back through here a minute. And so we've got this bad boy here. I'm loving this one. Absolutely loving that. That's ready to roll. But the next job that I want to do is I need to go back to this one. And we're going to take this one out. We're going to head over to field 4. And we're going to start ploughing around the edge of that one. I didn't originally plan to do it. I know. But I do think that we should. I definitely think that this is something that we should do. So let's back you up there. There we go. Right. Oops. Yeah, I didn't quite mean to do it like that. But the important thing is that nobody got badly hurt. And it's on. Right, we've got it on the tractor, so let's not ask too many questions about exactly how it happened and whose fault it is. Right, we don't want to point the finger of blame here. Okay, let's not go pointing the finger of blame. There's no need for that kind of game, is there? Yeah, well, certainly not when I'm the one that's possibly potentially at fault. I'm going to put that one there now. I'm not quite sure. I think I'll start out over this way a little bit more, like that, so then we can mark out the edge a little bit easier. It's going to come up and say that the help was finished in just a second. I want to get this field, we'll do this ploughing bit first, so we do that, and then lower you down, and we've got a brand new field on its way. So the cultivating is already done in the middle of this field, which means that when we go and bring the cultivator over here, it's not going to do a great deal of work. It's just going to want to do the very edges, but it's not going to do, like, the main portion of the field, which may be a little bit odd. Although, what I'll do is I'll have a look at the map in a second and we'll see if it requires ploughing, because if it requires ploughing, it might be that we can just leave the hired help going and ploughing up the field. You can see I'm staying well away from the edge here. Doing that quite deliberately. We've got that one lone tree there, which quite honestly looks like... I did say I was going to come and remove that one, didn't I? Yeah, I will. I was just wondering whether I should do that. I'm going to back that one up a little bit. I'm going to run a little bit closer to the edge of this field here. To the edge of the road. Like that. Bring it back like that. Stop there a second. We'll just run and we'll grab... No, you. Right, it's only a short jaunt just across this field over here, so it won't take long to grab this one and go and do this. We're keeping this one loaded up. Alright, we are keeping this one. I'm going to just unfold that one there. Unfold the main beastie itself. Is it unfolding? Oh. It wasn't unfolding while the spout was going. And I go racing up through here. We're just going to take off that one tree. I don't think I wanted to take any of the others off. I wanted to just leave them as they were. And go to you right over here. So we start up. And I'll lower down as well. There we go. And then... stump gone. Right. That was easy. So simple doing this one. Lower that and fold that one back up like that. And then you will I'm going to drive it all the way back. I'm going to go and take it back to the yard. It's all done with. There's nothing else that I wanted to do on this field. Not up on... No, there wasn't. Right. That's done. That one lone tree over there on that bit, that's sort of on the corner. I don't want to remove that one. I do actually want to keep several of these deciduous trees on the map. Helper A has now completed their task. The reason that I want to keep them on the map is because they're the indicator of the seasons actually working, aren't they? They're the ones that show that seasons is starting or stopping or what have you. So I do want to keep those going. Right, it's back to you. Lower you down again. Like that. And off we go. So just pushing it slightly closer to the edge. There, like that. I could probably push it closer to the edge further back as well. We'll try and do that on the next time round, I think. I'll go round just sort of, well, not all of it. Some of it I'll go round nearer the edge, just hugging it a little bit. There, and then that can come in there. So it stays reasonably away from that tree there on the corner. I don't want to get rid of, like I said, I don't want to get rid of all of the trees, because it's quite cool seeing them with the leaves change colour and everything. And the evergreen trees, the pine trees now, they don't do that. They've got no change throughout the entire season. They just stay looking exactly the same. So it's these trees here that we want to be able to look at. I think possibly going a little bit too close to the edge right here. I'm hugging that track just a little bit too much. And then this over here... I'll bring that one in like that, there. I'm going to go straight this way. There we go. Okay, I'm liking the way that's coming out. There. And that will sort of curl around this way a bit. We'll go straight here so that I'm not going too much onto the really uneven ground there. And then I'll bring that one round. So I don't want to go too close to that field. I very nearly left that just a tiny little bit too long before turning, and that would have gone out towards the road, which would have been a bit of disaster. I don't really want to do that. Right, and then I can swing back up around here like that. Bring that in so that I'm not going up onto the steeper ground. Again, I'm avoiding that. And I can bring you through here, and we'll just sort of tidy this one off on the end of it there. Like that. That's looking pretty good there, I think. Now I'll come over this side. So I've just got one last little bit that I want to do just to tidy this up. And that's coming straight through here. Where we run along the bottom of these trees, that's actually just fine. But it's going up against this road. I did just want to just nudge it up tiny little bit tighter to the edge of the road along some of this run. Just along here. Not all the way. I went like there as possibly a little bit too tight, but I mean, we're not going to be using that road a great deal. There, I think that's good. I like that, just like that. And then over the other side near the tree, over there, over that way, that was, yeah, I went a little bit too close to the road over there. We didn't really want to do that. Oh, I know what I want to do. I just wanted to check up this side. That doesn't actually have a needs ploughing, does it? So we're not going to need to worry about that, even though it's, although if I go over and I plough the whole field, this one is actually officially a plough. So we've got the periodic ploughing on. Does seasons require you to plough the fields every now and then in order to get full yield? Or is it still the base game method of doing it where you can direct drill every year if you're just doing cereals? The only time you've got to plough is after a root crop or after doing maize crop or corn, whatever you want to call it. I don't know about that with seasons. Not really sure. If it's every few years you've got to plough, then obviously if that's the case, it would be sort of a good idea to set the hired help just to finish off ploughing field 4. I mean, if it'll let us. It may not let us do it. It may actually have to have the requirement for ploughing on there in order for it to work, but I don't know. We'll find out in a second. We'll just finish this little bit off here, and then we'll go and find that one out. Once we've done this, once all of this bit here is ploughed up, we can take this plough back, we can wash it, we can put it back in the shed, and then this time we will actually leave it in the shed, because that will be it for the ploughing. We don't have any other fields that we want to enlarge. The rest of it, we've got to create all the fields from scratch, so we'll leave those. We'll need to put lime up on this field. We're going to want fertilizer up here as well, but I'm not going to go and spread fertilizer on these fields. Not yet. I'm going to wait until after we've planted, because we put one lot of fertilizer on with the planting. And then, according to seasons, it looks like we do actually need 3 lots of fertilizer rather than just the 2. So that's a little bit of a nuisance. I might need to look at that or ask some questions about that. It's whether or not, first of all, the grass. How many times we're going to need to fertilize with grass after we've harvested the grass. Because obviously with the base game, you've only got to do it the once. And then another thing that I want to find out is, like, the reason that you've only got to fertilize twice in the base game is because you've now got the extra things. You've got the lime that you've got to put on, you've got the weeds that you've got to do, and things like that. So they reduce the number of times that you have to go around messing around with fertilizer. So if we do... Like, is there bonuses for fertilizer? If I use all solid fertilizer in seasons, is that going to be exactly the same as if I do some liquid fertilizer and some solid fertilizer? Or have they sort of done it so that you get bonuses by using different kinds of fertilizer? I'm pretty sure that manure has got something to do with this. It comes in somewhere. Oh, hang on. Won't it tell me in here? Have a look down here. Miscellaneous. No, I don't want to do that. Crops, yield. Best crop yield. A crop needs to be clear of weeds. Fully grown, fully fertilized 3 times. The soil also needs to be nutritious, not too compact for the crop. Rotate the crops every year. Use the planner. Necessary to plough a field before planting a crop that prefers less compact soil. Wait, what? Ideal crop rotations are less hardy on the soil. Good practice, you're awarded 1 fertilization level when sowing crops beneficial to its history. Ah. Right. Well, that's interesting. You earn bonuses with it. Seasonal effects. Daylight hours. Soil. Soil cannot be worked when the ground is frozen. Crops will only germinate when the soil temperature is above their germination temperatures. Okay, we don't want that. Crops, intro. Default growth patterns of crops have been replaced. Crops will now follow a realistic growth pattern following their corresponding seasonal planting and harvesting times. Winter will kill most crops, and crops planted at the wrong time will not grow. Once a non-root crop reaches the first harvestable stage, according to the growth overview in the escape menu, it is ready to harvest. This is a final harvestable stage. You can still silage green crops. Crop growth is now much longer. It takes a half a year for a crop to reach a harvestable stage. Winter will kill most crops, but winter and spring crops are possible. Wheat, barley, poplar, grass, oilseed, radishes, and canola can be planted in the autumn for winter crops or planted in the spring for spring crops. Be certain that the soil is warm enough for the germination. Right, that doesn't say anything. It's this bit here. Clear of weeds, the soil needs to be nutritious and not too compact. Now, where does compaction come into it? To create good soil, rotate the crops every year. To learn more about rotations, you can use the planner in the seasons menu. It may also be necessary to plough a field before planting a crop that prefers less compact soil. Right, it doesn't actually say anything there. Now, I'm looking here. It's fertilized, owned, before oilseed, previous oilseeds. It's not telling me anything else. Right, so then I go over here, and we've got this bit here needs lime. So let me jump to... Not you. Hang on. I wanted to jump to this one. Right, so we have a look here. Before previous, so it was fallow. That doesn't say anything. Well, I have only just ploughed it, so it shouldn't, in theory, say anything about it at all. I'm not really sure. I'm confused now. A little bit confused as to what exactly is supposed to... Like, when does it tell you if needs ploughing? I guess it would just show up in the main menu. I mean, it may also tell you on the thing. But is that like when we go to plant corn, it's the one that will need corn, where we do the corn anyway, that's going to need ploughing because you've got to use a planter and there's no direct planters. You've got to plough it before you can do anything. So we know that that would probably be a thing. But whether anything else is going to be needed, I'm not really sure. I'd say probably not. It'd probably just show us up on there, and it'd be like the standard crops that will need ploughing, just the standard way. So we will just assume that the ploughing is done correctly in here. And also, we're not going to worry about putting the cultivator in this field, I don't think, because it's only the bits around the edge. So we'll kind of just ignore that bit because we're making the field a little bit wider. So we'll ignore the whole needing to be cultivated after ploughing, because we'll ignore that aspect of real life for this bit. And we go straight on. We've just got to finish doing the cultivating in the big field, and then we can get going with spreading lime up there. And then we want to come down and we want to spread lime in this field. And I'm trying to make a decision as to whether I should put fertilizer into this field and the other one before I start the planting. I could just go over them both. We put lime in both of them, and then I could go over both of them as well. Although this isn't going to need lime on all of it. It's already got lime on the bit in the middle. It's only the edges that will need lime on this. Anywhere that we are ploughing is going to need lime, basically. And it's also partly planted or partly fertilized as well. This field's got one layer of fertilization done. Anyway, there is the ploughing done. There is another new field. Let's go back over to here. We can have a look. So we've got that bit right there. Lime, it doesn't need lime on the square in the middle. I'll zoom out a little bit. It does need lime all the way around on that one. I'll remove that. Then fertilizer. We've got one stage of fertilization done on there and one stage across that whole field. If I go and put fertilizer down now and then do the planting, will that actually grant an additional layer of fertilizer across that field as I plant? I'm not sure. This one seemed to when we planted it, although it didn't on that little bit there. So it's going to be an interesting exercise, I think. I won't. No, actually, I'll tell you what I can do. I'll put fertilizer on field 4. I won't put fertilizer on the big field. We'll leave the big field. We will just apply it on here. So if it is wasted, we're not wasting quite as much on that field as we are on this big one up here. That's my logic behind that. That's why we're only going to do the one. And I'm hoping that will then come out all right. We'll bring that one in over to there and very quickly hose this one off. And we get it put away into the shed. Then we can go and have a look at the Challenger and have a look at the New Holland and get them started. And everything should all be tickety-boo and wonderful. We'll have all of that lot done over there. That'll all be finished. And all we really got to do is wait for the temperature to be right for planting the grain up there in the big field. And, oh, well, also the field 4. But I'm sort of thinking field 4, we won't do all that much over there. I mean, we'll certainly... I'm thinking, well, we could at least head over there with the Valtra, with the Sour Skittles, and with the smaller cultivator, and we can set that one going in there, because it's not like we're going to be doing anything else for a minute. So we can put that one in there and leave it going. This one, in the meantime, we're going to just back up and leave it in the shed. This is our plough tractor, so it's pretty much only going to be on for ploughing. Now, I keep getting asked where this one came from. It was a Facebook group somewhere, apparently. I don't know which Facebook group it was, and at the moment I don't remember offhand which what the name of the modding group was either. But it was the Facebook modding group that this John Deere came from, and it was Duck Zorley's Discord server. I think I got the link from. But yeah, if you join the Discord server, if you really want to know where that one came from, join the Discord server, and someone, I'm hoping, Jimmy J probably, or Smoodelini, or Duck Zorley himself, will probably know where you can get it from. But do a Google search on it, and you might be able to find the Facebook group where it came from. But I don't actually know where it came from, which is why I haven't provided a link, and sort of on semi-holiday this month, so which is why I haven't done anything else to it either. So yeah, it is there, and it could be used. It is available for download somewhere. I'm just not entirely sure where. Now, there's one other thing I wanted to do, because I was told that I've actually got the wrong colour for this. Patrio told me that I'm using the wrong colour for the wheels. Right, we've got this one here. It's the Valtra S-Series Sour Skittles Edition that Petro Gracemark did. And you can see Petro Gracemark right there. Hang on, let me just jump in a minute. You can see his logo right there, and you can just make out the Petro Gracemark there. And it's got my logo there. Though this one doesn't have my name on the front window. It does on some of the others. It's got my logo on the back, and his logo on the side over there. So he's done the whole pack. And if you want to be able to download and use the Sour Skittles, along with the Standard Skittles and the Wild Berry Skittles as well, which is also now available to be used, if you join the Discord, there is a link there for the entire pack. Now, is it on this one? Maybe I don't... Oh, I don't think I've got the smaller ones active on the map. No, I don't. I don't have the other ones active. The others are there, but I don't have them active on this map, because I was just going to use the bigger stuff on this map. But anyway, we want to go into here. Well, that's about all we've got time for in today's episode, so we're going to go and take a little bit of a break. We need to chill out on the beach, relax, and build up some strength. So while we're doing that, if you've enjoyed the episode, then could you please head down below and give us a like? And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.